Hey everybody, I got the honor to introduce Micah Riley. He's the president and owner of Title I Agency. And why I brought him on today is a lot of people aren't aware of this if you're buying or selling real estate, that you want to be protected by what's called an Eagle title policy. So Micah, this is what a lot of people don't get. They have choices. They could buy less expensive or more expensive policy. And we always do the Eagle policy, or what's it called?
Like a homeowner's policy,
Right.
enhanced policy. Yeah.
It's not insurance though for like homeowner's insurance. It's you buy it once and it protects you for life alone. So explain to the people out there why this is so very, very important.
Sure, you bring up a good point. So anytime that you would purchase like a homeowner's policy, you can add additional coverages, right?
Right.
So when you purchase a home and you get title insurance, for years and years and years, they just would issue a standard policy. It was just every title company had the same policy. Several years ago, they added an enhanced policy or Eagle policy. And that's just the standard policy that we issue at Title I automatically.
So is it a moneymaker for you guys? Is like maybe I don't want to buy that fancy policy. So what is the real reason why that's important to have? What's the protection for the consumer?
So there is a small increase in the actual price of a premium for that policy, but the additional coverage you get is incredible because you see additional coverage like if you were to purchase a home and somebody records a fraudulent deed. I mean, you've talked about title lock before.
Yeah, right. Title fraud.
Title fraud. So a standard policy typically only covers things that happen before you purchase a property.
Okay.
So as a buyer, you're buying a home, they're just insuring on a standard policy like, hey, all the title search and all the work that we did before the closing, we just guarantee that's all accurate. On the Eagle policy, the one that we issue, it covers everything back and everything forward. So any zoning violations, like an encroachment, if you find out that your fence is on your neighbor's property after you move in, or like I said, I mean, if you have any issues with fraud after the closing,
you're protected.
You have protected, right?
But what is the other most invaluable thing? Because since the average, I think over 43 years, the real estate values go up 4.9%.
Sure.
So what's the benefit of a standard versus an Eagle policy?
Great point. So a title policy, typically if you have a title insurance claim, it's catastrophic. If you buy a house for $200,000 and you have a title claim, sometimes that claim can be $200,000 claim,
right,
or more.
Right.
So think about buying a house for $200,000. You put $50,000 worth of renovations into that home in the first few years.
Right.
On a standard policy, you're only covered up to the face value of how much you paid for that home.
Right. So if it goes up in value, then
correct. So the
I'm
Eagle
not covered.
policy. Well, with the Eagle policy that we issue, you are covered. So your policy appreciates 10% per year for the first 5 years. So if you buy a home for $200,000, the policy is worth $300,000 after 5 years.
So it gives you a buffer of protection. And a lot of people really don't think about this, but when you close as a buyer, you get this big, fat, thick booklet of papers, but the title policy, which is one of the most important things, usually doesn't come for 30, 60, or 90 days after closing. So it's very, very important to work with professionals, title companies, and agents that understand this, because this is a big investment. And most people, it's the largest investment they make in their life. And we want to protect you, protect your wealth building device. And if you have any questions for Micah to see if you have the better policy, which is the Eagle policy, you can reach out to Micah at what number, Micah?
Yeah, you can call my cell phone, 330-338-5130.
And if you have any further questions about title lock, these things you hear on TV and how to be protected and to make sure you're protected, call me at 330-418-1535. If you have any questions, call or text, or if you want to check out my more than 435 star reviews, go to DominicFonte.com.